So this is the second part of my previous video where we learned how to build a basic multiplayer paint application using HTML Canvas and Socket.io. And in this video we are going to add 3 more features: colors, stroke width, and rooms. We will start by adding a div element with color picker class name. Inside it we will add more div elements with class name color, and on click we will call setColor function with the color value. Next we will add some CSS. And in JavaScript we will create a new variable called color and a function to change the color value. Then inside the mouse move we want the stroke style to be the color we set earlier. We also want to include the color value inside the data we are emitting to the socket. And finally we also want to color the lines we received from the socket. Okay, before we move to the part where we can control our line width, I'm gonna first add some kind of pointer which will move with the mouse and also show which color we have picked. So we need to create a div element with position absolute and 10 pixels of height and width. We also don't want to fire any mouse events, so we will set pointer events to none because it will interfere when we press the mouse button. We will also change the cursor color when user selects a new color, and then append the element to the body. And on mouse move we want to position the div element with the mouse position. We will begin with a div element of class line width. Inside that we will have an input of type slider. When we move the slider, it will call a function to set the value. Next we will add some CSS. In JavaScript we will create a variable with a default value of 10 pixels and a function to update the line's width. While drawing the line, we will set its width to match our variable. We also need to include the line width in the data so other clients know our line width. Finally, when creating other clients' paint, we will set their line width to what we received in the data. To fix this weird looking line breaks, we can set line cap to round. Finally, we want user to be able to create rooms. We will be generating random room ID when user loads the page. We will start with the variable called room ID. Then we will read the room ID from the URL params. And if we don't find any room ID, we will generate a random ID and reloads the page by passing the room ID. And we will put all the other code in else part because we don't want to execute any code if we don't find any room ID. And inside the else part, we will just emit an event of join to the socket to tell the server to join that room ID. And we will include the room ID in the data so the server will know in which room it has to emit the data. In the backend, we will create a new listener for join event and use socket.join to join the socket to the specified room ID. And in the draw listener, we want to extract the room ID from the data, and instead of socket.broadcast, we will use socket.to function to emit the data in that room. Now when we loads the page, we will be automatically redirected to a new URL with the room ID. Here we have 2 clients with different room IDs. If I draw in the first one, we will not see any change in the another one, since both have different room IDs. And as we loads the both page with the same ID, we will quickly see the change. That's it for now. Let me know which video you would like to see next. And thanks for watching. Peace.